Okay? Okay, it's to understand God and to understand His creation and the universe, you have to understand these principles that I'm going to be representing by these little Katusha dolls. Okay, the biggest to the smallest. This is the way the universe is created. This actually represents the holographic principle of the universe, which won a Nobel Prize in the 70s. But this principle, we know it intuitively. Everybody knows that everything that's big starts from something small. We know that intuitively. We know that from the Bible and the body. God has put the knowledge of right and wrong in the heart and mind of every man. So we know that intuitively. Every culture has had some representation of this. Now, the importance of this is that God, when He created the universe, created it in two realms. He created the physical kingdom, which is made up of objects and things that are of a certain size. This is the physical kingdom. These represent the physical kingdom. And the physical kingdom, the smallest particle of matter in the physical kingdom is an atom. And this is the atom. Now, here comes the issue. The next kingdom that God created is the spiritual kingdom. And we've thought for years that the spiritual kingdom was empty. Well, we know now that science has shown and that our intuition has shown for even before that, our spiritual knowledge has shown before that the spiritual kingdom is filled with particles. They're waves and particles. They're information and energy. And everything down here created everything up here. Now, the principle that we have spent all of our time on earth studying is this principle here, because we can see it, we can measure it, we can reproduce it. This is science. And the principle that operates in this kingdom is the principle of determinism. Everything is determined. Because of its size, I can show you, through mathematical Newtonian equations and physics, show you where the position and the speed of any one of these things is. And that is unaffected by me. I can't affect that. No matter what I think about it, no matter what I say about it, that does not change these particles here in the physical kingdom. They're unchangeable. They're determined. Now, what man has done is that he has concluded, since that's what we get when we look at the physical kingdom, that's the same way the spiritual kingdom operates. Therefore, man has no effect. And if everything is determined in the universe and we have no effect on it, well, then why is there a need for God? That's the conclusion that the world has come to. And they've thrown the Bible out and God out. And now, here's the revelation. These particles down here, which are in the quantum realm, below the level of the atom, smaller than the atom, the unseen particles of the universe, these particles that make up everything right here, these things right here allow for change. Their position and speed is uncertain based on me as a human being. What I think, what I say, and what I feel has an effect on these particles. So if I want to change this particle, which is my DNA molecule, or my illness, or my state in life, if I want to change this, I don't sit here and look and try to change this by speaking to it and by praying about it and by believing it. I operate in this kingdom down here because everything down here makes this up here. So all of my focus of attention as a human being to change my life and to change my state of illness, to change my state of abundance, to change everything in my life, I've got to focus down here in the spiritual kingdom. And Jesus said, you put your focus on the righteousness and on the kingdom of God, and all these things will come to you. Well, here's the kingdom of God down here, and if you put your focus on this, all these things will come to you. This is where mankind has lost it. We've thrown our instruction book, the Bible, out on how to operate in this kingdom down here, and as a result, we're not operating in it. And I see people every day, as a physician, I see people every day dying from diseases they could cure themselves. They can heal themselves if they only realize that if they take their focus off of their disease, which is down here, and put their focus on what created that disease, their spiritual kingdom down here, we know that this part of the kingdom is uncertain. It's uncertain because we have the effect on it. This is certain. But in order to change the certainty and determine things in the universe, we have to focus on those things that are uncertain. And that's down here. That's the uncertainty principle. It's physics. We have to focus on the quantum. So then, scientists will say when they're confronted with this argument, well, yeah, that's okay, Mark. But how in the mere world can you tell me that if you think and believe, and that changes the state of this little bitty thing down here in the quantum field, how in the world is that going to change your great big molecule of DNA? My answer to them is that we live in a holographic universe. This great big DNA molecule is made up of these little bitty things. Look at it. If I change this one little bitty thing, that has the possibility of changing this. And that's why Jesus said, if you believe, all things are possible. So if I believe that I can change this down here, my belief will change it, and it will work its way up the chain of events through the spiritual kingdom into the physical kingdom, and that information will change my DNA, which will change my state of health and my state of being as a human being. We have control over that as human beings. And the Bible is our source of authority and power to implement that power that we have as human beings. You have the ability to change the uncertain things in the kingdom. And these uncertain things are down here. And you change them by what you say and by what you believe. And what you believe is made up of what you think and how you feel. So how you think, how you feel, and what you say changes these, which change these down here. Put your focus of attention on the kingdom and on the righteousness of Christ, and all these things will be added to you.